I actually bought a handful of books from thrift stores around me, and also I was able to visit 3 or 4 free little libraries around my area, and I was able to drop off 6 books and pick up 5 books. So in today's video, I'm gonna share what books I pick from those trips and why I did it. Let me know in the comment below if you have read any of these books and what are your thoughts about it. Hi friend, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to share with you all of the books that I was able to purchase and also pick up for free. The very first book that I picked is The Lies I Tell by Julie Clark. And one of the main reasons why I picked this book up is because it is a book of the month book, which is actually pretty interesting that I was able to find this, because I actually just signed up for book of the month. I was totally influenced. So if you are interested in book of the month, you do get a hardcover book every single month. It is a subscription box, and if you want to get your first book for $5, make sure to check out the link in the description box below, and let me know if you have book of the month, if you enjoy them or not, because I just started and I am really hoping to be able to collect hardcover books. I can never say it correctly. I'm interrupting this video really quickly because I just received my first ever book of the month box. I mentioned in the video that I just signed up for book of the month because I got the first month for $5, which is insane. And if you want to also get the first month for $5, I have a link in the description box below that you can use. So I'm going to share with you now which book I picked for my first ever book of the month book. So this is my first book of the month box. I actually already ripped apart the tape, so it's easier for me to show it to you. So let's open it up. Oh, that is my book. I got this book by Therese Bauman. It's called Andromeda, and it's actually pretty tiny. So I can definitely try and squeeze in this book in January. You actually get a little booklet here too, and then kind of tucked in all the way on the bottom, you do get a little bookmark. The next book is this book. Again, it is another book of the month book that I was able to find. It is Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett, I believe. It sounds like this book and the one that I just shared with you are like either mystery or thriller, which is a book genre that I don't really usually read because I get too scared. But this year, I'm gonna try and explore them. That's also another reason why I decided to pick these books up. I swore this is the last one, but I found another book of the month book, and this is Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochran. And again, the main reason is because it is book of the month book, and I think this one is more on like a lighthearted romance novel, I believe, just guessing from the cover of the book. So I'm excited to add this to my collection. The next book that I picked up is Educated by Tara Westover. I think that is how you say the author's name, but this has been in my TBR list for years, for a very long time. And when I went to, I believe it was either Savers or Goodwill, I saw this book and it was only like $4.99 or maybe $3.99. Originally, this book would cost you $28. So this is definitely a good steal. And like I said, I pick it up mainly because it's been in my TBR list, and why not for $4. The next book that I got is I'll Be Your Blue Sky by Marisa de los Santos. I picked this book up because of the color of the cover. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but this cover is just so pretty, super blue, just very refreshing. I'm not really sure what this story is all about, but I think the book cover is really pretty, and that's basically the main reason why I pick it up. The next book that I have is this book called The Siren by Kira Cass. And the main reason why I pick it up, I don't know if you can tell, but it's the cover. It is really pretty. It has a girl with a very long cute dress in front of the ocean. And also the title, The Siren, is just very intriguing. It kind of piqued my interest and I decided to pick this up. Before moving on to the next few books, let me know in the comment below if you have read any of these books. Like I said, I basically mainly pick it up either for the cover, if it's been in my TBR list. I didn't really read the synopsis of the book, so if you have read any of this book, please let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. The next book I have is Homecoming by Kate Morton. I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of like blue book covers, and I just think this is also a pretty book cover. I actually kind of read the synopsis of this book in particular a little bit, and I think it's a mystery book. It's about, I believe, a journalist who came home after she's been gone and moved out for a while, and she found like a cold case in, I believe, her house or someone else's house, and she found out that that cold case is related to her own family. So it was just very intriguing. Again, I've never really read this type of book, so I want to explore a little bit more this year, and this sounds like a pretty good book. Next book that I have is this one called The Deja Glitch by Holly James. And if you look at the book cover, again, it's very typical in my opinion of the romance novel that I feel like have been pretty popular the last, I don't know, few years or so. It kind of gives me like Emily Henry-esque cover, and I decided to pick it up because it actually sounds interesting. I kind of read through, the synopsis in the back. The next book that I pick up is this one called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I think that's how you say the title of the book, by Gail Honeyman. One of the reasons why I picked this book up is because it is one of the books from Reese Witherspoon's book club, and I've been trying to kind of catch up with the books that they've selected for the book club, and there's a ton of them because it's been going on since 2017. I think I want to say I have 3 or 4, maybe 5 books that is included in the book club. And I'm gonna try as best as I can to read some of these books, and that is the reason why I pick up this book. The next book that I have is Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. I totally butchered the author's name, but this book has been in my TBR list. I've heard about it from someone on YouTube, and at the moment I honestly cannot think of who it was. But I was able to find it, I think, at Goodwill, and I decided to pick it up because I want to read it in the future. The next couple books are part of a series, so I think I'm going to talk about them at the same time. And it's these 2 books by Kevin Kwan. This one is Crazy Rich Asians. This one is Rich People Problems. And there should be one more book in the series called China Rich Girlfriend. And I found these 2 books at a Savers, I believe. And I was trying to see if the other book is there, but I couldn't find it unless I didn't see it. But anyways, I obviously have watched Crazy Rich Asians multiple times, and I thought I should give the book a read because usually the book is better than the movies or the TV shows. And when I see both of them, I just decided to pick it up because why not? I just now have to look for the other book. Hopefully, I will be able to do so in the next few months or so. Next book that I got is called Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. I think I've heard about this book being talked about in some YouTube videos probably a few years ago when this book came out. And I'm just curious about the whole story because H Mart is one of like everyone's favorite Korean market. I don't know, it just kind of piqued my interest, so I decided to pick it up. Let me know if you guys have read this and let me know if you like it or not. The next book that I picked is Funny You Should Ask by Elisa Sussman. I decided to pick this up because I feel like I've seen this type of book cover before at Barnes & Noble, and I honestly thought it's from the same author, but I think it's just from the same like publishing company because I recently went to Barnes & Noble and I've seen another book where its cover kind of looked like this, like a collage of different things with the title and like I think it was like orange and yellow and brown or something. So I've seen this specific book before, and when I saw it at one of the thrift stores, I decided to pick it up because it looks cute. It is giving like Valentine's Day, February vibe because of the color. So maybe I'll choose this as one of the books that I will read next month. I honestly didn't think that I would pick up this many books over just like a course of a weekend. I've been wanting to go back to the thrift stores like sometime this week, but I don't think I should because I feel like I'm gonna pick up a lot more books than I need, but we shall see. Anyways, the next book that I have is called All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. I think I found this at Goodwill. And the reason why I picked it up is because I was just browsing through Walmart's top books or something, and this was one of them. When I could find this for like, I don't know, $3.99 or something, or maybe $2.99 even, because it's paperback, I decided to pick it up. I think it is one of those mystery novels that, again, I've never really read before because I'm a scaredy cat, but I wanted to give it a try because it just kind of piqued my interest. I read a little bit of the synopsis in the back. It's not too thick. I think it's probably a little less than 300 pages. So I can definitely digest this a little bit easier than a mystery book that is like, you know, this thick. So we'll see what I think about this. The next one is a book by Riley Sager. It's called Lock Every Door. And I heard about this author's book so many times on a lot of people's like YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure this is kind of like a mystery thriller book that I probably shouldn't be reading at night because the title and the book cover, Lock Every Door, it sounds chilling for me, and I don't know if I, like I said, can read it at night, but I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe I'll read the first 100 pages or something to see if I can continue and finish reading this book. But I don't know, I decided to pick this up, trying to give mystery thriller books a try this year. The next book that I pick up is A Daughter of Fair Verona by Christina Dodd. And not gonna lie, the main reason why I pick it up is because of the cover. It's very cherry, yellow, orange, blue. I feel like it's kind of giving spring vibe to me. I want to say that it might be related to like Romeo and Juliet, maybe. If you've read this book, again, let me know what you think about it. And it's a pretty like light book, 280 something pages, maybe less. It just looks very lighthearted. Hopefully it's not a tragedy like Romeo and Juliet, but I decided to pick it up because the cover is just really bright and I love it. The next book that I pick up is The Fortress of Solitude by Jonathan Ledham. I think that's how you said the author's name. But I decided to pick it up because it reminds me of The Ministry of Time, just the whole vibe of the cover. I honestly thought that it would be the same author, but it's not. It's a pretty thick book. Not really sure if I know what this novel is all about. It's like about 400, 500-ish pages, I think. 490 or something like that. So I'm gonna try and read maybe the first 50 to 100 pages and see if I would be able to finish it or not. If not, then I will like pass it along. I think that would be a great next video idea. I'm gonna read maybe the first 50 or 100 pages of all of these books because honestly, mostly I picked them up because of the cover and if I've heard about them or not from like YouTube videos or TikTok or Instagram. So I will make a video on some of these books. Maybe I'll pick like 5 or 7 at a time, read the first 50 to 100 pages to determine whether or not I'm gonna be able to continue and finish the book. I think that would be an interesting video. And if I wouldn't read the book at all, like if it's too scary or anything like that, I can pass it along to maybe the little free libraries around me. The next book that I have is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I believe this is a series and I think it has 3 books. Yes, it has 3 books. It is a TV show, I believe on Amazon Prime. I watched the trailer. It sounds pretty interesting, kind of like a coming of age journey, but I decided to pick it up because I saw it at Goodwill, I believe. It is on my TBR list for a while just because I heard about the show and it was from a book, so I wanted to read the book first before watching the adaptation. I found the first book, and let's see if I can find the second and third book in the next few months. Next book is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This is again one of Reese Witherspoon's book club books that I want to pick up. I know it's been adapted to a movie. It sounds interesting. I want to see what happened or what the ending is. I think I kind of read the ending of the movie, but to be completely honest, I forgot about what the ending is. But let me know in the comment below again if you've read this book. Again, it's not really something that I would read, but it piqued my interest, and like I said, I want to catch up on some, if not all, of the books that's been picked for Reese Witherspoon's book club. I have like a nice pile of my book here. I'm gonna let me see if I can take a quick video with my phone. Dang, I can't believe that I bought or able to pick up this many books. I wasn't going to start my book collection until I declutter more of my house, but too late now that I found thrift stores and stuff. Next book that I have is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I think last year, I was trying to pick up reading back up again, and then I actually read one of Colleen Hoover's books. It's not It Ends With Us. Let me see which one I read. I remember the story vividly because the book actually kind of traumatized me from picking up another Colleen Hoover's books because the twist really surprised me. It was a 5-star rate for me, but I've just been feeling pretty cautious to pick up another book of hers. It was called Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Let me know if you guys have read that book because I believe I cried many times when I read the book. The plot twist kind of towards the end is I did not expect that. I think that's all I can say without spoiling what the plot twist is. So like I said, I'm a little cautious about reading this book because honestly, I don't want to cry. I don't really want to read something heavy, at least like right now. Obviously, I'm not going to pick this up right now. But let me know if you guys read this book or any other Colleen Hoover's books. And let me know if it's like that, if it's heavy, if it will make you cry, because I have to prepare myself before I read those books, because usually with reading books, I really want it to be a little bit lighthearted. I don't mind learning a thing or two from like some of the nonfiction books, but if it's something heavy, like I have to I anticipated myself to cry from the stories, or think about whatever the characters are going through, like maybe loss or grief or heartbroken or whatever, like I have to prep myself for it. But anyways, let's go into the next book. So I pick up Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, and the main reason is because this has been adapted to a movie that Reese Witherspoon actually star in it, and I've never really looked into the movie, or maybe I watched the trailer, but I didn't really understand what the story is all about. So I decided to, maybe I'll read the book first and I'll watch the movie after. Last but not least, I pick up Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I have heard about this book many times from Instagram reel, YouTube videos, book reviews, and all of that. I've actually never really read like a sports romance book, especially about hockey, because honestly, I'm not really into hockey, but people said that it's a pretty good book, so I decided to pick it up just to see if I can read it for myself and kind of form my own opinion. I think there are a few other of her books that are kind of related to either hockey or some other sports, I think. So if I like this one, maybe I'll pick up the other ones if I can find it at thrift stores or even borrowing it from Libby. Okay, I think that is all I have for all of the books that I was able to purchase or pick up for free last weekend at some of the thrift stores around me, as well as the free little libraries around me. Anyways, if you want to see the day where I got all of these books. I actually did a vlog just a couple weeks ago, and of course you can watch it next, and I'll be a link right here.